In this video, we're going to talk about how to use anti-blast for anyone that has anti-blast in a demon state. So whether that be in your third or fourth in your animal stack. And the good thing about anti-blast is that there's so many people online that has anti-blast, especially those INTJs, who is very overrepresented in the YouTube space. As you know, our favorite Dave Superpowers is an INTJ with Savior anti-blast, and there's no way we would know what we know now without him. So obviously having anti-blast is very important and it's very useful, and it's important to master this for many different reasons. So who's most likely to have anti-blast in a demon state? Well, it would be the ESFPs. It would be the ENTJs, that is the jumper kind. It would be the ISFPs with blast last, and it would be the glass lizard INTJs with blast last. So we're gonna dissect what anti-blast is, starting with the first part, which is introverted intuition. And introverted intuition is an organizing function. It is organizing ideas and concepts. Ideas are personal. It's also pattern and conceptual memory. It's future planning. It's rejecting new and focusing on the old. It's building on existing ideas and concepts. It's building abstract systems, and it's having a narrowed focus and interest. Next, we're going to cover what extrovert thinking is, which is the second part of anti-blast. And extrovert thinking is a tribe function. It is giving reasons. Reasons are not personal. It's focusing on execution, efficiency, and effectiveness for the tribe in real time. It's making sure it works for the tribe, and it's action-oriented. So the difference between introvert thinking and extrovert thinking is that introvert thinking usually focuses on their self-reasons, while extrovert thinking individuals will try to make sure that it works for the tribe. So what is anti-blast? Well, it's a combination between your NI and your TE. It's an extrovert animal. It's getting started. It's teaching known information, concepts, and ideas to the tribe. It's controlling or guiding the tribe, depending on your sexual modalities, to use a system to produce a specific result. It's also bragging. So before we look at what anti-blast is, it's important to look at the SF and NT axis. And basically with SF consume, you didn't consume anything if you didn't organize what you have gathered. So that's very important for those with lead consume or consume in a savior state, that after you finish consuming, you now need to organize all those facts that you've gathered. And it's important to learn anti-blast because you won't be taken seriously by people if you don't speak up and talk about your knowledge and expertise. And to be honest, those with savior consume tend to have a lot of knowledge. It's just that they didn't take the time to organize it and then teach it to other people. And that's really the biggest problem. You also can't help other people solve their long-term life problems, and you might be perceived as useless to the tribe if you don't use anti-blast. The good thing about anti-blast is that you can help people produce results which can help them consume SF stuff more. So it's really helpful that you learn anti-blast to help other people. Now, after speaking to my girlfriend who has anti-blast last, even though she is an INTJ, other problems that she has because of anti-blast is that her coworkers don't take her seriously, or they don't ask her for advice, even though her supervisors do. She doesn't get anything done, and she has trouble speaking up in general to the tribe. So it is important to have that anti-blast just to be taken seriously at work. So how do you use anti-blast? What you want to do is you need to figure out the patterns after gathering the SF, which is what's cool or popular, as well as the facts. And afterwards, you're gonna teach an effective system to the tribe. So I'm gonna use Robert Kiyosaki as the first example. As an INTJ, when he was in the military and when he was younger, he was wondering how come his two dads, one being his own dad, who is an intellectual, and the other dad is actually his friend's dad. And his friend's dad was actually more well off than his own dad, even though his dad was an intellectual who is very educated. And even though he's consumed last, he does have play pretty high, so he gets his facts from people. And based on the facts that he's gathered from people, it seems that a lot of people are broke and unhappy with their life because they don't know how to manage their money properly. And what he did was that, knowing the facts on life, he created a system using his NI and TE that will work for most people. So this is his kind of NI list. So as you can see in this NI list, nothing here is concrete. All the points here are abstract concepts. And basically what he teaches people with his anti-blast is that if you are an employee or self-employed, then you are trading time for money. But if you are a business owner, then you can have people make money for you. And if you are an investor, then you can make your money make money for you. So obviously easier said than done, but the whole point of anti-blast is to teach people a logical system, not to teach them anything concrete. But it does make sense if you look at it, because yes, if you are an investor, you can buy properties and those houses can make money for you. And if you have a business, that is running itself using the E-Myth method, then essentially the business can run itself without you being there and it can make money for you. So his system does work, and as long as you apply his system and then get the tactics from someone else, then I'm pretty sure you're gonna do pretty well. Another example is Jeff Cavaliere from athleanx.com, and he's a popular fitness guy, and he actually looks like one of my previous bosses when I used to work in his gym. And again, what Jeff Cavaliere noticed is that a lot of people will go on a diet, and after getting results with a diet, they will fall off the diet because the whole point of a diet is that it's temporary. So he created a system on how to have a lifestyle eating habit that you can use for the rest of your life, and you never have to go on a diet. And this is kind of like the breakdown of his system. So pretty much he said that you can eat food that you enjoy eating as long as you portion it like this. And as you can see, it's quite an abstract system because he said that you don't count macros or count calories. And he said that he hasn't counted macros or calories for the last 15 years or so of his life, and he has been ripped since then. So clearly it works. So basically this is what the NITE people are doing, is they're creating systems that will work for a lot of people, and if you follow the system, it's going to produce a specific result. So if you are one of these types of personalities that has anti-blast or anti-blast in a demon state, simply look at the many INTJs around us, especially those on YouTube that has anti-blast in a savior state, and just watch what they are doing. It's especially good to look at ENTJs and ISFPs as well, because they tend to have blast in the middle somewhere, so they are not going all in on the anti-blast, and that way you can see how they are consuming the information and organizing it to the point where they can teach it to the tribe. And by working on anti-blast, it will definitely help you build up your career better, be taken more seriously by people, and build up your authority in a subject while helping other people improve their lives.